the strategic chess game of the NBA, where every move can change the course of a franchise, a trade proposal has emerged so absurd, and yet so intriguing that it defies logic. As a passionate Lakers fan and a keen analyst of the league's behind-the-scenes action, I couldn't help but bring this debate directly to you, with all the details and implications. Because when a rumor of this magnitude involves Austin Reaves, our rising talent, it's my duty as creator of Lakers Fan News to keep you well-informed, with analysis, context, and a vision for the future. Recently, Fantasy Sports SI columnist Mark Morales-Smith floated a proposal that, if implemented, would radically change the fortunes of both the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. The idea? Send Austin Reaves, along with Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Maxi Kleber, and a second-round pick to San Antonio. In return, the Lakers would receive Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, Jeremy Sochan, and a first-round pick. On paper, it seems like a bold move. But upon closer inspection, we realize the scale of the gamble. We're talking about giving up three key players for the Spurs' future, especially Castle, who just won the Rookie of the Year award with averages of 14.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 4.1 assists. An athletic, intelligent point guard with rare defensive instincts for his age. In addition to him, Devin Vassell, a reliable wing on both ends of the court, with a consistent three-point shot and excellent defensive reads, and Jeremy Sochan, known for his versatility and physical presence on defense, are also reportedly involved in the deal. These are three pillars of a young project that revolves around Victor Wembanyama, the generational talent the Spurs have treated like a rare gem. And then comes the inevitable question, would it be worth it for the Spurs to give up so much to bring in Austin Reaves? As a Lakers fan, I obviously see immense value in Reaves. At 27, he's already proven himself in decisive games, has personality, reads the game like a veteran, and averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.1 steals per game last season. Not just anyone can maintain that level alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis in a market like Los Angeles. He's a real talent. He's smart, clutch, technical, and has a favorable contract, 4 years, $53 million. But even with all this merit, would it be logical for the Spurs to dismantle their promising core for him? The answer, on a sober note, is no. That's because Reaves, as good as he is, isn't yet a franchise changer. He's not a Giannis, an Embiid, or a Luka. He doesn't arrive with the weight of a true superstar who instantly changes the team's level. And that's precisely the breaking point that makes this trade an unbalanced proposal, to say the least, for San Antonio. Now, from the Lakers' perspective, this trade has far more advantageous implications than it seems. Imagine adding Castle, a young point guard already tested in the NBA, to start the post-LeBron era with a solid foundation. Vassell would provide more security on the perimeter, both defensively and in terms of spacing. Sochan would bring the defensive versatility and physicality the team so desperately needs. And we'd also get a first-round pick. In terms of roster rejuvenation, salary control, and development potential, it would be a surgical move by Rob Pelinka. It's as if, with a single move, the Lakers solved three major issues: LeBron's succession, the aging rotation, and the lack of defensive depth on the roster. It would undoubtedly be a massive strategic shift, and even more interesting because it comes at the expense of a conference rival, currently quietly growing around one of the most promising players of the decade. The central question here isn't just whether Reaves is worth all that, but the timing and nature of the sacrifice. The Spurs are in the midst of a disciplined, methodical rebuild. Giving up three such young players with amicable contracts and growing chemistry with Wembanyama could be seen as a departure from philosophy. It's a rash move that's inconsistent with the solid path Greg Popovich and his management have been paving. So even though I'm a big Reaves fan, and you know how much I defend this guy here on the channel, I recognize that for San Antonio, this proposal represents more of a test of the project's integrity than a real opportunity. At the same time, for the Lakers, this could be a golden opportunity to make a smooth and strategic transition into the future. And the burning question, which I now ask you, Lakers fans, would you be willing to give up Reaves for this package? Do you believe this move would guarantee the necessary renewal to keep the team competitive, even in the post-LeBron era? Or would you rather keep Reaves as a symbol of the new era and bet on a one-time reinforcement elsewhere? The debate is open, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this. Comment below with arguments and emotion, as only the Purple and Gold Nation knows how. I read every comment and always bring the best ones to our future analyses here at Lakers Fan News. If you want to stay up to date with all these developments, with serious analysis, breaking news, and a passionate perspective from someone who lives the Lakers day to day, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Here you'll continue to receive complete, up-to-date coverage with that exclusive touch that only true fans can offer. Now let me show you how this trade, if it were to actually happen, could fundamentally shape the Lakers' future, and why, in my view, this discussion deserves to be taken seriously, even if it seems unlikely at first. What caught my attention most about this proposal wasn't just Austin Reaves' name on the table, but rather the profile of the players involved. We're talking about young players with high ceilings who could not only complement our current roster, but also serve as the foundation for a rebuilding plan with its own identity, without relying exclusively on big stars via free agency. Stephon Castle, for example, possesses characteristics reminiscent of a refined version of a modern point guard: strong physique, mature game reading, intense defense, and the ability to play multiple positions on the perimeter. He's not just a promising player, he's already shown he can impact games. A true two-way player who would fit perfectly into the Lakers' defensive structure. Devin Vassell, on the other hand, has everything we need in terms of spacing and consistency on offense. He's been improving year after year, especially in his three-point shooting and offensive decision-making. Vassell would be a direct complement to Anthony Davis, helping to alleviate offensive pressure and making the offense more dynamic with off-ball movement and defensive coverage. And then there's Jeremy Sochan, perhaps the least talked-about name in the trade, but one who represents an extremely valuable piece. He has that raw energy and defensive instinct that many NBA teams lack today. Sochan is the kind of player who can guard from the 1 to 5, helps with rebounding, is aggressive in transition, and still has room to improve offensively. He'd be a true glue guy, the guy who brings the team together and does the dirty work. Looking at this package with a cool head, what I see is an opportunity to accelerate the Lakers' transition with quality and security. With LeBron aging, and the need to provide more support to Davis, especially considering his injury history, this trade would represent a rare chance to start the next competitive cycle without collapsing. And of course, keeping Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Maxi Kleber as part of the negotiations for the other side also has its weight. They're useful players, but they're not untouchable. The big name involved, the real sticking point here, is Reaves. He's the heart of the proposal. And that's why the consideration needs to be so careful. Now, from an emotional standpoint, and I speak here as a fan, not an analyst, letting go of Reaves hurts. He's become a fan favorite, he's identified with the team, and he represents the overcoming of an undrafted prospect who became a playoff standout. Seeing him shine in another jersey, especially that of a conference rival, will be hard to swallow. But the question remains, aren't we too attached to the symbol and forgetting the context? Isn't it time to think with a clear head, projecting what lies ahead, and not just with our hearts? Today, the Lakers are at a crossroads. Either they double down on Reaves and try to build around him, keeping AD and looking for complementary pieces around the duo, or they face head-on the possibility of starting a new cycle now, with promising young players, amicable contracts, and more leeway for future moves. And in this second scenario, this proposal, although bold, starts to make more sense. Is it a gamble? Of course. But all reconstruction involves risk. The question is it a calculated risk? Is it a risk with a potential return greater than the current stability can provide? So, I'd really like to hear your opinion. I really do. Do you think the Lakers management should seriously consider this trade, thinking long-term? Or would they prefer to maintain the current core and seek specific reinforcements without giving up Reaves? This conversation is much more than mere speculation. It touches on what truly defines a winning team, the ability to foresee what's coming and act with courage and intelligence. And on this channel, we don't settle for shallow answers. We dig deep. So comment below, share your fan perspective, and if you can, bring that Laker friend who loves discussing rumors and roster builds, because that kind of exchange gets everyone going. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to the Lakers Fan News channel, you're missing out on the chance to follow all the in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes updates, market movements, and the most informed opinions of the purple and gold fans. Here, coverage is provided by those who feel the team and think the game. Leave a like, activate the bell, and get ready, because the 2025-26 season promises to be one of the most unpredictable and strategic in recent memory. And I'll be here with you step by step, covering everything honestly, directly, and passionately. As a Lakers fan intensely experiencing every move, every rumor, and every board decision, I need to be honest with you. This proposal involving Austin Reaves is, to say the least, a double-edged sword. On the one hand, I fully understand the technical and strategic value that names like Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, and Jeremy Sochan would bring. They're three young players with a very high ceiling, energy, and versatility who would fit perfectly into a potential Lakers rebuild, especially in a scenario without LeBron. There's no denying it. This trade has enormous potential for medium and long-term impact. And for those who follow the team beyond the emotions of the moment, that counts for a lot. But on the other side, man, it's Reaves. And it's not just what he plays, which, by the way, is a lot. It's what he represents. Austin Reaves is that rare player who wins over fans not only with numbers, but with dedication. He grew game by game, season by season, until he became one of our most reliable and beloved players. He went undrafted, came in as a sideline player, and today he's part of the soul of the team. He's cool in big moments, understands the game, plays with heart, and has also improved dramatically as a facilitator and scorer. Reaves is, to me, a symbol of this new generation of Lakers, a generation that wants to compete, yes, but with identity. What's more, we've seen what happened in recent years. We traded promising players too early, like Caruso, for example, and then regretted it. Repeating that mistake with Reaves would be, frankly, painful. Because we see in him the kind of player you keep on your roster for 10 years and are proud to say, this guy is one of ours. So if I have to give my opinion as a fan with my heart and mind combined, I'd say this trade isn't worth it. Not like this. The price is too high, and the risk of giving up a player who's been identified, ready, tested, and who still has room to improve is too great. If it were for a true superstar, an undisputed name like Giannis or Jason Tatum, then the conversation would be different. But trading Reaves for a package of prospects, however attractive, without the guarantee of an immediate impact, seems too dangerous to me. I'd rather the Lakers continue building around Reaves and Anthony Davis, using their existing assets more strategically. Look for reinforcements on the market, bring in a good secondary point guard, and adjust the roster intelligently. But keep Reaves. He's already proven he can be part of a winning core. And honestly, the fans love this guy, and rightly so. Now I want to know, would you trade Reaves in this proposal? Or do you also believe he needs to be a key player in building the Lakers' future? Leave a comment, and let's continue this discussion as true fans of this historic franchise. We'll see you in the next video here at Lakers Fan News. Go Lakers!